Good morning, everyone. A very good morning. So, shall we begin the session? Yes, we will begin the session. Yeah, today's topic is quality management system. That is how we are using the quality management system. That is chapter number 4. So, what is a QMS, how it is used, and why it is used? So that is used the quality management system that is available with the quality management system. That system must have some aim, must have some qualities, and that must create something of the value. In other words, when we see the results management of system, that also requires a knowledge of the interrelationship that is given by the various component that is available in the system. Then first is summary of the requirement. That is what we have studied about. That is a quality management system that is used together for the development of the various big cities for the various big content. There are four parts in this. One is a criteria, one is a method, one is a processes, sequence, and various interaction that is determined, quality manual, that is the references, associated procedure and the records, what is being available, what is being targeted, resourced information, document control, monitoring, measurement that is taken to verify that the processes are delivering the required output and the action to achieve the planned results. And whatever the data that is obtained from monitoring and the measurement that is captured on the control records that needs to be analyzed, and the opportunities for the continual improvement that is identifying, and the agreed actions are also implemented, also taken. Now next is establishing a quality management system. That is how to establish a quality management system. So the standard that requires the organization to establish a quality management system in accordance with the requirements of the ISO 9000. So that is also available with the ISO 9001 standard that is used in accordance with the standards. Now what does this mean? To establish means to set up on a permanent basis, install or create, and therefore in establishing a management system that is to be designed, that is to be restructured, that is to be designed, constructed, resourced, installed, and integrated into the organization. That is signifying that a management system on a paper is not a management system. And whenever we establish a system in accordance with the requirements of ISO 9000, that means the characteristics of the systems have to meet the requirements, whatever the requirement that is available with the ISO 9000. However, the requirements of the ISO 9000 first are not expressed as a system or the system requirement of the form. So whatever the form, whatever the requirement that is available, so that is used with the requirement, that is used with the requirement gathering of the system, that is used to meet the requirement, that is not expressed as normal one, but that is used as a organization requirement of the form. That shall begin, that shall appear, that shall use with the system to cause the organization to comply with the requirement that is used in the quality management system. And some organization regard this organization as a way that is used with this how to establish a system for the users. Now, why is this necessary? What is the main use of this? Well, this responds to the system approach principle. The system approach principle that responds with this one, that responds with this. And this also contains a series of the requirements which, if I met, will produce the management system with the capability of supplying product and the services, whatever the product, whatever the services that is available, that satisfies the organization customer. And all the organizations have a management system, a way of working, but in some it is not formalized, in other it is partially formalized but not effective. And in few organizations, the management system really enables its objective to achieve year after year. That means every organization have to achieve year after year for the quality management. Now how it is implemented? There are three words that is used for implementation. One is establish, one is document, one is implement, one is maintain and improve, that are used in the standard as through which this is the sequence of the activity or there's a sequence of the activities that in reality, in order to establish a system that is put in place, and putting a system in place that requires the two separate actions. What are the two separate actions that is required? First of all, design the system, then construct the system. So design the system means designing each and every system using the process that transforms that system requirements into specific characteristics. Then construct the system using the process that documents, install, commission, and integrates the processes to deliver the required business output. That means what is the required business output that is delivered, what is the main criteria that is used for the business output, the ways in which we plan or these phases of the quality system are related, that is illustrated in the management system process model. And this diagram also, or that diagram also explain various features that is available with this one. This is the diagram that shows what are the various ways by which we can incorporate the management term, that is the system management process model. So one is the business management. This includes the career policy and the objective, then customer needs and expectations, governing the requirements. Now, when we compile the customer needs and the governing requirement, these are most combined into one process, into one part that is known as the system design. Then system construction, then system operation. So these are the three parts that is used with the system, that is used with the management system, that is used with the corporate policy and the objectives. Now one is for the efficiency improvement, one is for the conformity and the efficiency improvement, one is for the conformity improvement. Now, there are three parts. One is system design that is used for the efficiency improvement. One is the conformity that is used for the system construction. One is the improvement that is used for the system operation. Now, there are three parts that is related with each other and that all compile into one part that is system evaluation. So, one is system design, construction, operation that is designed into the system evaluation. Now this is the operational process, this is the certification body, this is the customers. Now there are customer feedback that is used for the system maintenance, then system improvement. If there is any changes, that the system maintenance will be used, that is used for the effective improvement, we can say. So that is used for the effective improvement, that is used with the management, business management. So one is the business management, then the customer needs and the expectations. What are the various customer needs and the expectation that is carried out? Now, one is the governing policy. So when we say about the customer needs and the expectation, that also includes what are the various policies, what are the various design that is available. Now, next is the system design, then system construction, system operation. So design, construction and operation are the three parts that is used with the customer needs, that is used with the business management. Operational process, customer, system evaluation, certification body, then system maintenance, system improvement. Now, if there is any changes in the system improvement, that is used for the effective improvement. Then business management. This is a business management, that is the next one. So one is a business management, one is a customer needs and expectation, one is a governing policy. So when we compile each and everything, that means when we compile this one and this one, that results into this is a system design. Then there is a system construction, then there is a system operation. So these are the three terms that is compiled with each other. One is a design, one is a construction, one is a operation. And customer is also used for the system maintenance, system evaluation. There is a certification body that is available. Then there is a feedback, results, then system improvement. Now, if there is any changes, that changes will be go to the system improvement, that will go into the result into this one. Now, in case of the system improvement, there is an effective improvement, or effectiveness improvement that is carried out, that goes to the business management. So that means there is a business management term that is also related with this one. This is a system management process model that is available with this. Now, my question is that what is the meaning of system design? Whether it is using, or whether it is improving the systems or not. So when I compile each and everything, for example, when I go for each and everything that is used, so this is used for the system design, this is used for the system operation, system maintenance. So one is the efficiency improvement, then there is a conformity and the efficiency improvement, then there is a conformity improvement. So these are the four parts, these are the three parts that is used with this one. One is the design, one is the construction, one is the operation. Now, when we talk about the system maintenance and the improvement, there are two terms. One is the improvement, one is the maintenance. Now, when we say about the maintenance, this is used to maintain the things, to maintain the improvement criteria. That is how it is used for the effective improvements, right? Now, when we say about the process installation, that is concerned with bringing the information, human resources, physical resources, whatever the physical resources, whatsoever the information, whatsoever the information or the human resources that is used or that is used together in the right relationship, so that each and every component or each and every data has to be collected, has to be restored, has to be used with the commands in the readiness of the effective maintenance. And therefore a processor to process the installation or use the process installation, that is the preparation of the sound foundation. And everyone is concerned needs to understand the purpose and the objectives of the what is about to happen. That is what is about to happen. They all needs to perceive the benefits and the whenever changes or the commitment changes that is used with the change, that is used with the process guide, and understand the concepts and the principle involved. Now, when I talk about the installation, that is not a term that is often used with respect to the management system. And when general refers to the management system, that is the implementation. That implies that the management system has some rules, regulation, not a dynamic system. This is not a dynamic system, but it has some rules, regulation that is used for the product design. And when we say about the management system, one needs to design, resource, reinstall it. Therefore, installation is concerned with implementing the design. And a common failing with the implementation. That means what is the common failure of the implementation? That is a documentation process. That is a common failure with this one. That is not sold to the workforce before they are becoming mandatory. And also after spending much efforts in their development, documented practices that are issued without any thought given to training or by verifying that the practices in the effect has been changed. That means whatever the practices, whatever the scenario, whatever the effect that is available, that is going to change with the work, that is going to change with the effective management system that is used with the introduction of the new or the revised practices. That is a new way of overcoming these benefits. Now this is the diagram that shows the business management, corporate policy, governing requirements, system design, construction, operation. Now, one is a process commissioning that is concerned with getting all the new processes working, following installation. That means whatever the new process, whatever the new installation that is carrying out, with the new processing that works with the installation. And the people will have been used thoroughly, that have been received all the necessary phases, all the necessary process information, and any new resources that have been acquired and deployed, and the old processes are decommissioned. That means they are removed. And whenever we are saying about the installation, the commissioning that takes place sequentially, we're using without a break, so that the current operations are not especially. Now next is a process integration that is concerned with the changing behavior in the sense whatever the changing behavior, so that the people do the right things the right time without having to be told. So without having to be told, they are doing the right thing at the right time. That is the integration. That is the process integration. Next is system integration that is concerned with making the interconnection between the processes, ensuring that all the linkages are in the place, and therefore the output is a process that feeds the interfacing processes at the right time. So whatever the processes, whatever the quality that is used with the right time in the right quality. And the system will be effective, will not be effective if the process linked to the do not change or do not function properly. So whenever the data that is not properly used, that is linked to the process. Now, next is identifying the processes. That is, what is a process, how it is used. So the standard requires organization to identify the processes that is needed for the quality management system. So identify those processes that are needed for the quality management system and their applications throughout the organization. What does this mean? So this is also the produces a result of the added value that are not the procedure, but the results needed are those that serves the organization objective. That is used for the management system that might be all the processes needed to achieve the organization objective, and will therefore form a chain of processes from corporate goal to their accomplishment. That is one of the identifying process. And the chain of processes, whatever the chain that is available is interested party needs, process A, process B, and the process C. That is a value chain and therefore should not extend from the needs of the interested parties. That is a satisfaction of all the needs. And why it is necessary? Because these have been organized, or this is given into the multiple parts, or it is functioned into the specialist but performing. They have several functional objectives that has effect of sub-optimization, that is a pursuit of logical goals at the expense of the organization objectives or the goal. So whatever the processes, whatever the need that is used for the management system, that are the processes with the purpose that is aligned to the organization objective. Now, why it is necessary? Because this responds to the process approach principle that is used with the connection of the interconnected processes. So when we combine multiple processes together, that is used, or that is known as the process approach principle. How is this implemented? This is not specific to the type of the process, but we assume that all the processes include both the processes, business process, work process that is used, that is important for the full appreciation of the requirements. And the relationship is discussed in the next chapter, that is what is the relationship between the standard and the process. And in many cases, organizations, whatever the organizations that are focused on improving the work processes, believing that as a result, there could be an improvement in the business outputs, but often such efforts barely have any effect. These are the various effects that is used with a function-oriented organization rather than the process-oriented organization. And also establish the process, also uses the process-oriented objectives, measures and the targets, focus on the needs and the expectations of the external stakeholders. Now, what is the top-down approach? Whatsoever the data of the top-down approach that is used with the medium or the bottom-up approach also. Next to the bottom-up, that means slowly going from the bottom, then going to the up, and the main part. So one is a top-down, one is a bottom-up approach. Now the processes also includes various requirements like understanding the customer needs, business management processes, business management needs that is available, then resource management process that converts organization objective into the facility that is known as the asset management, then order to cash, next part is order to cash that is also available. Then that means naming the convention, that is a label that triggers perceptions, some of which may differ from what is we are intended. So this is the product orientation. Determine the offering, design the product, acquire the order. Then service orientation, product orientation, service orientation. These are the 4 parts. Now, these are the factors that also distribute whatever the process, whatever the business or the work management that is available, that is a flow chart that is defined over here. So this is a flow chart that is used. This is used for the design process. This is the management, this is the organization.